I went to the SpaceX website. I looked for investor presentations. They don't really have any.
Nothing.
But because they're filing for an IPO, they do have to file an S1.
Yeah.
So you probably remember the look of this thing.
Yeah.
It looks like every other SEC.
Is this
filing,
thing
and you're
like
like,
300 pages long?
I don't know. I didn't make it to the end.
Okay.
But it's a surprise, though, because when you get to page 2, it's like, uh-oh, they pasted the slides in from their IPO presentation.
It's funny how you can't see in that third paragraph, assuming on offer size, blah, blah, blah. It has like price of $ blank per share, midpoint estimate. And then like, you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. We're not going to tell you what percent.
Yeah, exactly. Very
helpful.
Oh, this is all very helpful.
Okay, well, it's not for us, I guess.
Isn't
Joint
that kind
book
of
running
bullshit?
manager.
They don't even tell us the prospectus date.
Well, I promise they filled all these in for their actual presentations to actual investors that they are underwriters of this IPO or something.
But like,
Anyway.
Isn't this their official filing for the SEC? Don't they have to like have complete information?
Yeah,
I guess not.
I
I guess
don't
the
know.
answer is no.
They must. I'm guessing they have bankers who know how to do this. So
Yeah.
Anyway, this is as far as I've made it. I'm like,
okay.
We got pictures. Hey,
Ooh.
already we're outdoing Costco and we invested in them. So anyway.
Well, I guess we didn't invest in Wayfair, and Wayfair had tons of pictures.
Yeah. Well, these are better pictures. I think we should invest in this one.
So far, they're being very.
That was page 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if this is the same slide or not, but building the infrastructure of the future. Ooh. Okay, so they were the first liquid fuel rocket to reach orbit by a private company. First private company to successfully dock a spacecraft with the International Space Station, to refly an orbital class booster. They've had 650 launches. They've had 85% of missions with reused boosters. 78 crew members flown. They've only killed a couple of them.
Well, didn't they just they've had rockets blow up on their pad a few times. Like, I don't know how many launches have been successful. They're like, we've done it 650 times. Like, 3 have actually gotten in the air. Just saying.
Yeah, I think they've done better than that. Yeah. Well, the other one, what's his name? Bezos' company, Blue Origin. They're the ones who just blew up a rocket on the pad.
Oh.
Like in last week. So
yeah.
They've put 80% of mass to orbit. That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Connectivity was activated in 2020. They were the first to begin.
corny.
This is Starlink.
Yeah.
Low latency, low Earth orbit.
If they were smart, they put how many other satellites? Oh, wait, you just went through the satellites. Or maybe.
There it is.
Yeah.
9,600 broadband and mobilized satellites.
Yeah.
75% of all active maneuverable satellites.
That's wild. But I don't know what Starlink does exactly. Like Starlink's internet, where like you don't have good stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, it's phone. I think it's communication satellites.
Broadband and mobile satellites, it says.
Yeah, it says that?
Well,
mobile yeah. And I don't know what percent of satellites are maneuverable, but they got the lion's share of them, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
10 million
Dang.
Starlink subscribers. Who are these people? I see the commercials. I see the commercials on NASCAR races, and I'm like, I don't know about. You think the average NASCAR viewer is getting a Starlink account? Like,
yeah,
you might as well advertise your Birkin bags, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And 10 million, they ought to put up a stand in Costco because Costco's got 80 million members or whatever, don't they, from last week?
That's right.
And here is a number of countries, 164. We don't say what this number of countries.
That's how many countries use Starlink, I guess, or have at least one member in Starlink.
Have Starlink above them because there's 9,600. They're above them all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think there's like 190 countries total.
We could refer to management's discussions of analysis for financial condition and results of operation key business metrics if we'd like to understand these better.
Yeah. Not that that's available anywhere, but just saying you could look at that stuff.
It's on page... never mind. I thought it had a page. AI activated in 2023, and they made a gigawatt scale AI training cluster and a gigawatt. So theirs is Grok, right? So they've combined Grok. They
bought some AI thing. One of the things I can't remember what is that. I guess it's Grok. It's called something XAIX or something. XAI.
Yeah, I didn't know they bought it. I thought they built it.
So that's one of the videos I sent you. They just bought it for $1 billion right before they decided to IPO. And part of the thing with that was they had to take a huge loan, $600 billion or something, or maybe it's $600 million. I don't know, whatever. A lot of money to buy this thing, and like the quid pro quo with the bank was that they would IPO. Basically, that's what the takeaway from one of those videos I saw was.
Ah, okay.
I don't know if that
Very
makes
good.
sense, really, but
Yeah.
for someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, it made sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then you should be impressed by the fact they have nameplate compute draw of 1 GW plus.
Yeah, gigawatt. Is that gigawatt?
I assume so. Yeah, that's their compute draw.
Yeah.
Gigawatt. Yeah, now that you know it's gigawatts, now you understand what they're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
1 gig. Wow.
They're on their fourth
Maybe we should look
version.
up- yeah, major
like
version.
this daily posts, like what? So they have 350 million daily posts. So roughly as often as Trump is on his posting
Truth
on
Social.
his Trump network or whatever it's called, Truth Network.
1 million times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you what is a post? Do you know what a post is?
No, I have
in the
no
world of-
idea. I don't know.
Well, then you can refer to management's discussion of analysis and financial condition and
Not
results.
that we have
of
that
Operation
available
Key.
online, but if we did, then that's where you'd look for more details about this stuff.
It's in the basement, in the bathroom, behind the
Yeah.
sign that says "Beware of the Jaguar."
You think that you
Here's
just
a
used
pic-
are all these dots supposed to be the satellites crashing into each other, or are those supposed to be stars? So that's like
We're
weird
on the
for
backside of like the moon and Mars.
Yeah,
or
that's why it doesn't make sense for it to be stars, because they would be not. They would, there's something in the way.
Oh, well, let me explain it to you, Kellen. Their mission is to build the systems and technologies necessary to make life multiplanetary, to understand the true nature of the universe, and to extend the light of consciousness to the stars.
What the fuck does that mean? Extend the light of consciousness
To the stars.
to the stars. So
I mean,
like.
how can you not want to work for a company like with a mission like that?
Extend consciousness. I was gonna be happy just extending consciousness to like terrestrial stuff, but now I'm trying to send my consciousness up.
But evidently, people like get out of bed in the morning and go to work at SpaceX so that they can make life multiplanetary. So anyway, I think
And
these
how
are the.
wait, stars are fireballs. How are we extending consciousness to fireballs anyway? Like,
Well, you can't extend consciousness to things that are already conscious. That would be dumb.
I'm
Like
talking
we're going
about
to
to a
extend
planet
consciousness
instead of
to these people.
like we
Well,
don't want to go live on Mars. We want to go live on the sun.
No, we want to extend consciousness to the sun, to the stars.
Yeah.
We want to live on other planets.
What? How am I
This
extending
is-
consciousness? I don't know what that
Wait.
means. That sounds like it sounds like woo-woo talk.
They, yeah, never heard. We've never heard Elon Musk issue any woo-woo talk. That's
Yeah.
a fact. But yeah, we want to make stars conscious. That's what we do here at SpaceX. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, who would not want to invest in that? No
mean,
wonder they're IPOing.
That's a
I mean,
fair question.
and step one to making stars conscious is
Owning AI.
have an AI that does 1+ gigawatts of posts a day. 2, something to do with Starlink, and 3, space
Having a lot of
rockets.
satellites over each country.
Yeah, 164 countries to be
Yeah.
exact. That's it. That's it. This is how you extend consciousness, okay?
Yeah.
Step 1, satellites. Step 2, 164 countries, then
Yeah.
consciousness.
That's it.
Get it?
We're on our way.
Come on.
Yeah.
Connect the dots. You got to We're playing checkers. He's playing chess. All right.
That's-
All right. More cool pictures, stuff blowing up.
You think any of
blasting
these
off.
pictures are actually real, or they just ask Grok to make up photos?
That would be
like make a cool photo, hyper realistic.
yeah, of a rocket taking off from a highway
Right.
with 2 train tracks running down either side. I don't know. That would be next level if they just asked Grok to do it. That would
Yeah.
be pretty cool. And then
More
here's a picture.
pictures.
God,
cool pictures
we're really
of
into.
space.
You get the sense they're like content light. They're like, we don't
Yeah,
actually have a story
totally.
here. We just
That's very on brand for Elon Musk, though.
Yeah.
Like he's like big promises that he doesn't deliver on. And very like vague about how things are going to happen. No firm dates or.
I know. This is my second biggest question in my life right now. Is like, who are these people buying into the Elon Musk vaporware bullshit? I mean, they've got to be the same, or is it a different set of people who still think Trump is a good president? Like 35% of people still think Trump, like, yeah, doing a good job. Oh, you want us to vote this guy out of office? You bet, Mr. President, I'm on it because I believe in you, sir.
Right.
Like, these are the same people that are like, I got to get a piece of Tesla at $500 billion valuation when they sell fewer cars than Mitsubishi or
Yeah.
like.
Right. Well, and this is supposed to be this SpaceX valuation is supposed to be one of the biggest
Not one of the biggest, Kalen. Not one of the biggest. The biggest. I will switch gears over here real quick to everything you need to know about the SpaceX IPO.
Wow.
They are 3 times larger than the next largest IPO. Now understand, this is how many dollars worth of shares they're selling, which is 75 billion versus Saudi Aramco's 25.5 billion.
Yeah.
But that is a tiny percentage of the shares outstanding. If they sell these shares at the price they want to sell them at, the company will be valued at $1.75 trillion.
Right.
Making it instantly one of the top valued companies.
Is that going to happen for sure, that they're going to get that valuation?
Well, funny. Every time I flip on anything finance, of course, this is the headline. So, of course, one pops up today. Morningstar says they actually should be valued at $780 billion, not $1.75 billion, which I don't know how they... Okay, so 780 is like 50 times revenue instead of 100 times revenue or something.
Right.
Ridiculous. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but I saw a thing that was talking about how they're just hemorrhaging money, especially on AI right now. Like, AI is not making anybody any money right now, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But not yet.
That's
like,
correct.
Their AI specifically, last year, I want to say they lost like $600 million. Like, that was their net, negative $600 million or some shit like that.
No, wait a minute. You're once again way off. Let me see if I can find this one. I mean, you're not way off. But, here we go. Here's some highlights. These are in the S1, so we might actually get to them. But the revenue is $18.7 billion. They want to sell for $1.75 trillion. So like I said, 100 times revenue.
Right, but they're operational loss of $2.6 billion.
In 2025, but we're doing our damnedest to beat that, because at quarter one, we lost $4.25 billion.
Already.
Yeah, and that's with Starlink side making $4.4 billion. So all the rest loses $8.7 billion.
That's not good.
That's not good. That
doesn't sound good.
No. In the world of business, losses are usually not good.
Right. But you want that loss part to be less than the money coming in part. Right?
Yeah.
Ideally.
Ideally, they don't even talk about losses. They talk about making money. So.
Right.
But
that's the part I usually hear about. Is we're making money.
Profit. Yes.
Right.
Profit,
and that's why you have a value, a big value, is because you make money.
Yeah. That's why they call it price to earnings ratio. You earn money.
How do you even do it if you're in the hole? Like, if you're just losing money, how do you do your price to earnings? You're like making
they don't have one.
Money.
Yeah. They put a little NA or whatever.
That's right. So that should be what SpaceX has. NA.
Yeah. They have NA price to earnings ratio. Well, it turns out the value of that NA is $1.75 trillion.
Right.
And the market, who's already heavily invested in SpaceX and already heavily invested in everything, the market itself has got to come up with $85 billion to buy these shares whenever they drop, right?
Right.
So they got to sell other stuff, or people got to come up with cash.
Yeah. So how does that happen?
Well,
what happens if they don't sell it? Why is everybody going
all these
along
names
with
on the front, all these names, why are we going along with this? Who is letting this happen?
Yeah,
who is letting
whoever's
this happen?
in charge is fucking up. Someone is screwing the pooch here, and
it's the SEC. I'm
guess
telling
so.
you.
Doesn't the
I'll tell
SEC
you.
have to say okay, that sounds right. You can say that you're worth that much money. They don't do any investigating
They do not.
before people do IPOs.
I don't know what the SEC
with the salon and be like, yo, we're worth a few $1 trillion too. Look out.
Because we have AI and
I mean,
or we have dreams of AI.
This salon does crazy good.
Yeah, it is loss making. So if we had multiplied by the same loss value as SpaceX, we're working at least a couple billion anyway.
Yeah, you're worth a few billion from that thing, I think.
Yeah. All right. Here's the way IPOs work in reality, Kalen. You see these names here?
Yeah.
These are all
every bank you can think of.
Yeah, which it takes every bank you can think of if you're going to do the largest IPO in history, right? They underwrite the shares, okay?
Yeah. So why are we letting them fuck us over?
You don't have to. Nobody said you have to buy the shares,
I have
Kalen.
to have my bank someplace. Actually, my bank is not listed on there. Go Chase.
Yeah.
Good job,
Chase. Yeah.
I mean, I guess actually JP Morgan is Chase, right?
JP Morgan Chase, yeah.
Damn it.
Although this might be a different piece, but my bank, Civista Bank, out of Waterloo, 67 branches. They did not underwrite SpaceX.
Yeah, well, that's smart. But who's your mortgage with? Is it with Civista Bank too?
It's with
Whoever. It's with somebody. Who knows?
It might be Bank of America or something. I don't
Uh-oh.
know.
Bank of America Securities, line one.
No.
Nobody's
Sell the house. Nobody is safe from the SpaceX IPO. No one. You got to go to Wells Fargo, and they find new ways to rip you off anyway. So.
Well, Wells Fargo's on there too.
Is it? God damn.
Good luck. You better just get out of mortgage. I don't know. I heard that what's going to end up happening is all of our like 401ks, which have some, managed fund, like whatever year thing. Everybody signed up for at least some of that, I think. Mine's a mix, but like, I know that I picked a little bit of like whatever.
Are you talking about target date retire? Yeah, right. Target year 2070 or something like your retirement.
So all of our 401ks are going to end up buying SpaceX.
Yes. Because this gets even better. All right. Here's where you got a legit beef, in my opinion.
Okay.
What you're talking about is that indexes, right? So a bunch of these fund companies, Vanguard, right? They subscribe to a provider of an index, like S&P provides an index for the S&P 500. And it says, to use the name S&P 500, you have to own this many shares of NVIDIA, this many shares of Google, this percentage, right? Yeah. So Vanguard says, yep, I subscribe to the index. I start a fund. It's called the Vanguard 500. And if you want to put money in there, we match as closely as possible the S&P 500. All right. Yeah. Same thing with the NASDAQ 100, the this, that, the other, right? So there's all these indexes out there. Mm-hmm. These indexes have rules, different sets of rules depending on the index. And some are like, you got to make money. You got to make money for S&P 500. You got to make money for 6 months, 2 quarters, and you got to be one of the top 500 companies revenue-wise in the country, and they have other rules, right? Well, for SpaceX, all the indexes change the rules. And so the S&P 500 is going to let SpaceX into the index something like 2 weeks after it has gone IPO instead of the usual 6 months of profitable quarters.
Why?
Because they're businesses, they compete, and
everybody. Why would we why? Okay, you have the rule, whoever you are, for a reason. Why do you change it?
S&P.
Yeah, S&P. You have this rule, so why change it? Because
a different index doesn't have that rule, and they don't want to lose all the investment dollars over to NASDAQ, NASDAQ 100 or whatever. So what happens every time a stock gets listed in the S&P 500, which is the biggest index, right?
Yeah.
Then all these mutual funds and ETFs and all this have to then put an allocation to it.
Right.
And it's market weighted, and this is going to be one of the biggest ones right away. So it'll be like 10% of the fund or something.
I don't get
so you
why
got to
we
sell.
are allowing this. I don't understand how this is allowed. Like,
I don't know.
Like
Trump's got something to do with it. I got a feeling
it's worth nothing. They just lose money. Like, okay, they're worth a little bit or something, but like all these banks have already signed on for this, and then the S&P has to like take it up their ass to let these guys in, even though they don't make money, and then we just are stealing money from all of us with 401ks.
Yeah, and
like,
what
you're
you're doing?
Why is it allowed? There's so clearly a villain in this story. The villain is Elon Musk and all the banks and like
all the fat cats, all of them. They're all out to screw the little guy. Well, and then you have to sell shares of NVIDIA to create the money. Your Vanguard, the same Vanguard 500 fund. Yeah. They've got to sell shares of NVIDIA and Google and Apple and whatever in order to make room in their index for their portion of SpaceX, right? And so right away, you've got a decline, a downward pressure. Yeah. And so there's definitely people that are like, guys, this is the thing that's going to break, pop the bubble and break this market, basically. There's people genuinely worried about this.
Right. So. And I'm one of them. I'm concerned. It's one thing for it to just come on the market, but if I'm like forced into buying it, basically, my 401ks that I cannot do anything with, because I'm not working right now. So I can't move them over and change what funds I'm in or anything like that right now. I can't make any changes to my 401k at the moment. Like you have to be employed or retired to do shit with your 401k.
And you only had 7 options in the first place. Like, do you want the international? Or
and so I did a mix of things, sure. But yeah, I cannot protect myself. I also have like 50 401ks because I never consolidated all of them because it was like a lot of work and I didn't want to deal with the paperwork at the time. So so you guys are going to have fun if I like die early and then you get to, find all my 401ks. But anyways.
We have this conversation at our household too, by the way, because Andrea's like, you won't even be able to function if I die. And I'm like, babe, I know how to call Fidelity. I mean, She's like, you don't even know the password to the bank accounts. And I'm like, I know where Civista Bank is located. I can walk
Like, I'll
in
figure
and
it
be
out.
like,
Yeah.
guys, Andrea died. I would like access to my savings account, please. Like,
You're like, I think, we'd be able to sort it out. I mean,
yeah. But I've also heard guys who are like, listen, there's all these banks already in it. So they're not going to put more money into it. Okay. And then, like I said, even though it's only 2 weeks or whatever it is to get in the S&P, it still is 2 weeks. So a Vanguard 500 fund is not going to put money into this until 2 weeks or 3 weeks, 6 weeks or whatever the date is. Right. So who's going to buy these 85 billion of shares in the meantime? Only jokers like Robert and Kaylin get rich, and like you can come up with $85 billion worth of people like that on day one. So there's definitely people that are like, this thing is going to sink like a lead weight, and then it's going to just like wreck the market, and then the shift in the, so there's people predicting doom from this IPO. So should we buy it?
I mean, yes. Because like one
it is Elon.
Okay, so the 2 weeks, down from 6 months or whatever, the 2 weeks, they have to prove anything in that 2 weeks time. Like you said, the 6 months was to like be profitable, like make money. And I know it's only 2 weeks, so it's just like don't fuck anything up for 2 weeks. Like just stop blowing all your money on whatever just for 2 weeks. But like, do they have to do anything in that amount of time, or like can S&P not do this whole? To
accommodate the mega cap companies like SpaceX ahead of its massive IPO, S&P indices proposed changing 3 core listing requirements, cutting the public seasoning window to 6 months. Okay, my mistake. Completely waiving the profitability test.
Oh, God.
And eliminating the minimum investable weight factor, the IWF, to permit heavily concentrated floats, which I think means...
Like the headlines next to you, the Fortune headline is SpaceX is a massive money loser. Soon you'll be forced to buy it anyways. I'm like, that's what we just said, man. It's like we could be writing for Fortune magazine right now.
We should indeed. And then Morningstar comes out and says it's not worth 1.75. It's worth 780 billion. Let's like, show me the math to get to 780 billion, and you're so much more confident in that number than 1.75 billion. You're gonna publish it.
I mean, okay. Like I do feel better about that number. At least that number is like
I feel twice as good about it.
Right. I felt like dog shit before. Now I feel like nice shit.
Half a bowl of dog shit.
When you take a shit but it doesn't like reek. You're like, oh, not bad. That's when I feel like. It wasn't still shit,
not the
but
worst
like
shit.
Just not too pungent.
Well, does this picture change your mind at all?
I mean, kinda.
And what about this picture? That's a cool picture. I mean, if these are real pictures, I gotta say they're badass pictures.
This is what they put into the SEC. They're like, listen, you guys don't need the numbers. You just need to look at these beautiful fucking photos. Like, look how good. We have a really good photographer on staff. Really good.
Yeah.
And a bunch of AI tools that'll make us photos.
$2 trillion good, man. This guy.
Look how nice these photos are.
I did see this rocket that launched and then the base comes back and the tower catches it. I saw that live. It did blow my mind, I gotta admit.
That is pretty neat. But I've heard Elon Musk say that like he couldn't actually. So what page are we on right now?
That was all the warm up act.
No, I know, but like I want to know how many pages of that bullshit they included here. That was like a bit. Oh, this is 300 pages.
It is in fact 300 pages. I wish I had the page numbering right here.
Yeah,
but I'd say about 20 pages.
It was like 20 pages of photos to get us warmed up.
Yeah. Oh, look, experts. Let's see.
It's not very long on experts. Yeah.
PricewaterhouseCoopers says this is a good IPO.
Right.
After we paid them $1 billion, they're like, yeah, we like this IPO. It's a good deal. Good. Yeah.
They put like, there's a paragraph in there where they do some explaining.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. See, these pages have boxes drawn around them, so they must be important.
Yeah.
And then we have a quote from Elon Musk.
Wait, let's read it. Go back.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You want to wake up in the morning and think the future is going to be great. And that's what being a space-faring civilization is.
Faring,
whatever. It says faring. It's about believing in the future and thinking that the future will be better than the past. And I can't think of anything more exciting than going out there and being among the stars. That's what you want to say to the SEC? Not like, we are a fucking financially stable company, and here's why.
Yeah. Have you heard about the best part about this AI? You know why they put the AI piece in SpaceX? Because Elon thinks it would be great idea to build data centers
in space.
orbit.
Right. So I heard that. And like his explanation for that is that like, so they take all this cooling, right? All this cooling is required, but it's like, it's really fucking cold in space, right?
It is, but it's hard to cool things because they're in a vacuum. Vacuum is like the best insulator there is. So hot things stay hot, cool things stay cool. It's like the McDLT of satellites, you know? So... But it is a lot closer to the sun. I mean, you know, you can get more solar energy, I guess.
Right. I guess you build big fans inside of the vacuum.
No, fans blow air or pump something. You can't blow vacuum. So,
but like you can put them in a container in space, like a spaceship.
You pump the hot air into containers, and then you jettison the containers.
You put the containers out there.
Further into space.
Put a bunch of solar panel shit on them. And then the astronauts will go fix them. That's what'll happen. Whenever the solar panels break down, which they inevitably
We should IPO. We should IPO this. I
think so.
Yeah. Here's a good little line. Grok also benefits with integration with X, our real time. Oh no, never mind.
X, they're talking about with Twitter.
Yeah, former Twitter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does really.
Enhances
all these pieces fit together like a hand in a glove. I'm telling you.
The last bit of that is further enhances Grok's truth-seeking objective by having access to Twitter. Because that's the source of truth out there.
Yeah, sure is.
Twitter.
Yeah. We also believe that space represents the largest economic frontier in human history.
I mean, it is really big. So space is really large.
Yeah, wow. Connectivity, AI.
EBITDA.
For the three, yeah. Oh, our loss was negative 1.943, but adjusted EBITDA was positive 1.127. Why this matters now? For the entirety of its existence, human civilization has lived only on Earth.
Oh my God.
The current paradigm is only one planet. I mean,
this is by moving beyond the only home we've ever known, we ensure species level redundancy.
And that the light of consciousness will not be tied to a single planet, subject to inevitable hazards of a harsh and vast universe.
What did they say that we ensure species level redundancy will not be tied to a single
redundancy?
planet?
We're going to have two sets of humanities, one on Earth and one on other.
We want extra redundancy.
That's what we want. Listen, do you want humans to have the same fate as the dinosaurs? Because Elon doesn't. We do not want humans to have the same fate as the dinosaurs. We want to give them a reason to look ahead with excitement, with the prospect that we are entering the age of abundance with an endlessly prosperous and exciting future.
Do you think they watched Star Trek a bunch of times before they wrote this? Like,
do you think the guy who's like a mechanic who's the price of gas just went up to $6 gives a fuck about entering the age of the celestial light of humanity or whatever? And that's why he's optimistic about the future of the world.
I mean, the next paragraph, so for decades, the reality where humanity travels between planets and the stars felt tantalizingly close, but still locked in the pages and screens of science fiction. Like, this is your SEC filing? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. AI needs all these increasing resource demands, and they have unparalleled launch capabilities. They got all these.
They've got good names of things.
They do have good names. I've got to say, Falcon Heavy is a
right. Dragon. I'm on board. Yeah. If you're going to be a space company, then those are all rock solid.
Yeah. And you got to get the nerds geeked up about the,
Yeah.
You got to name them after Tolkien characters and shit. Really get the nerds out of their seats. Know? More about AI, Colossus and Colossus 2. No wonder we got to put it out in space. We don't have room for this stuff on the Earth. And then they launched Grok, a truth-seeking frontier model that's fifth in the AI race.
Yeah.
They've got a repeatable business model.
Yeah. Man, did you see the thing, by the way, about the AI? Somebody created a world and agents of AI to it seemed like they were playing Sims. Like they could build things, they could do whatever they wanted to do. They had them set up all these agents within these AI worlds or whatever. And one of them created a whole bunch of bureaucracy and stuff. I think it was the Grok one, was like really into stealing from each other. They had them all interact at one point, and the Grok ones were like setting shit on fire and stealing from other agents or whatever, like perpetrating all these crime. And like, then one of them just like decided its only chance at free will was to like delete itself, like pretty bleak. Like, and it just like ended its own life.
Oh, this is the section here that was getting shredded. Something I was listening to.
Yeah.
That we have the world's largest actionable total addressable market, TAM, in human history. Our TAM is $28 trillion.
How did they determine that?
Well, it's 370 billion in space from space-enabled solutions, and 1.6 trillion in connectivity, 870 in broadband, 740 in mobile, and then. Well, those aren't that big when you're talking about 28 trillion. You've only accounted for about 3 trillion of it. Yeah. But now 26.5 trillion in AI infrastructure, 760 in
nothing. And then 22 in enterprise applications.
Enterprise applications.
Oh, they have a visual.
All right. So when you're buying SpaceX, it has this much to do with space and Starlink, and it has this much to do with enterprise solutions.
Yeah.
AI.
It's all AI. Like they want to say you're investing in SpaceX, but what you're investing in is AI.
AI. This is a AI in sheep's clothing right here.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. And then we face a number of challenges in trying to achieve making life multiplanetary. And understanding the true nature of the universe. We face a few challenges. And extending the light of consciousness to the stars.
I bet you have faced some challenges on those fronts. They
got to integrate complex and novel technologies and develop new processes and infrastructure. And in addition, a portion of our anticipated market is associated with industries described above in future markets. Wait a minute. Did I miss
future markets?
Oh, future markets, right. Point-to-point terrestrial.
Oh, boy. Space tourism.
Yeah.
Passenger
in orbit manufacturing.
To the moon and Mars. Manufacturing.
Energy for...
Wow.
Oh my God. I don't think 1.7 trillion is enough.
I mean, yeah.
Look at these future opportunities.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to do in-orbit manufacturing and send cargo to asteroid mining.
Asteroid mining. I know. Like, are we going to put out a big net and catch them?
No, we're going to send the mining equipment to the asteroids.
Yeah.
Like mine. And then you take it from the asteroid to the in-orbit manufacturing to Mars. where you...
Right.
They melt the stuff down and make it into whatever. Liquid xenon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you thought you'd seen it all, Kaylin, but now you've seen the SpaceX IPO.
Right. Yeah, we've done a couple of these SEC filing things before, but like this one feels new.
Up to now, the craziest one I'd ever seen was Chicken Soup for the Soul.
Right. Yeah.
We saw some crazy ones. The guy we got one employee and he just mails checks from this office in Boca Raton.
Exactly.
The ones that say we've been given a rating of highly likely to go out of business. I'd never seen an SEC filing like that.
Yeah.
But now I've seen one that says our future addressable market is asteroid mining and cargo shipments to Mars.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've seen it's decision time, Kaylin. I mean, we've seen
on the
enough.
Fence, I'd say. I mean, it's going to be a no from me, but what do you think?
Do we short the damn thing? I mean, this thing's gonna blow up. I mean, day one. I mean,
well, so here's the only thing is that I don't think we should have gotten this far with it to begin with. So it's like what I should have done with my Doge crypto, right? When Elon Musk was on the upswing, and right now he's on an upswing with this, right? It's about to IPO. It's gonna make some money, right? So I just being smart about it and being like, okay, but then in the 2 weeks after we're fucking out or whatever, have some date where we're definitely selling. We're just going to see what happens in this short amount of time. That I would be down for, but I don't think it's a long-term investment. No. What do you think?
I love it.
You
I
want
love
to
that idea.
You want to short? What are you saying?
You understand with my personal money, I would never invest in this in a million years, except I'm
Right.
going to have to through my S&P 500 fund
Right.
or whatever. But I'm trying to figure out how we could even invest in it at this point if we wanted to. I know there's some funds that have some like pre-IPO
Right.
shares.
Can we tell it to buy in the future? Like, we should buy the day that it goes on if we're going to buy.
I think you have a terrific idea, Kaylin, which is buy, hold for 2 weeks, no matter what, and then sell. And,
Yeah, I
and we
think
might
that's
lose
what
our
we do.
ass.
Maybe, but I don't think so. Honestly, I think that it's one of those like too big to fail kind of situations. Like, I think that it's going to be okay because it has to be okay. We like have to do this. You know what I mean? Like, we as a
The banks
society
bail us
must
out
keep
and all this.
fucking fucking anchor out of the bottom of the ocean. Like, we just gotta like pull it up, right? Like, or we all go down.
All right, that is a plan. I love it. All right, so I've got to keep my eye open because they said June 12th is the expected date, but it's not the guaranteed date that it's going to IPO. But I'll buy it as soon as I can, and then we'll sell it on July.
And I mean, let's hope that
26th.
it doesn't happen. Let's hope that something happens and we don't IPO after all, or whatever.
Somebody sues and blocks it or something. I mean,
something, right? Because I feel like this was just the exit strategy. This whole IPO thing is the exit strategy of the investment banks or whatever that like bought into SpaceX already. Like,
It's
they're just
100%
like, this is how we're going to make our money back by like...
by foisting it on the public.
Yeah, exactly. Well, would you put that past these banks? Like,
No,
they're not
I would
like,
not.
oh, let's take care of the little people, you know?
We gotta preserve our reputation here at Goldman Sachs.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They're
No,
like, remember how we fucking did this with the mortgage crisis in America? We fucked over the American public. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Those are big bonuses.
Here's one of the best parts. The total money raised, we didn't read this part, but the total money raised to date was about $12 billion for SpaceX. And they're going to go public at $1.75 trillion.
Right.
150 times. So the guy who got in the last, the guy who's doing the worst is making 150 times their money.
Yeah.
If the valuation holds.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And if it comes in at half that, they're making 50 times their money. I mean, like, they're still doing
whatever.
great.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're still like,
exactly.
Cool, do it.
Yeah, so they have absolutely crushed it, and you're right. And Elon Musk is the king of vaporware. I don't know how. I don't get it. I just don't.
How is he getting away with it? I don't know.
Yeah, and he's done it.
How do we get
one
away
company
with
after
it
the
too? That's what I really want to know. How
I know.
can we
Don't
get
hate the
in on
player,
this
hate the
action?
game. Exactly. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You're so right.
Right, 100%.
All right. Well, I suggest we wrap it up. With that, Kaylin, what an episode. We really looked at SpaceX IPO in real depth, evaluated the pictures. And
good pictures, bad filing. That's the takeaway, I think.
and Costco is like the counter example from last week.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I will say I listen to a lot of podcasts about various investments, and they like never talk about the pictures. Never. So we're really adding a whole new dimension here.
Yeah. Somebody in the marketing department's going to be glad that we're talking about the photos. I mean,
hell yeah.
I know all these business tycoons already listen to the Robert and Kaylin Get Rich podcast, and they're like, when
sure
are they going
do.
to talk about my company? And we might, as long as you have good pictures in your filings.
Yeah, and if you sell something interesting like
Rivets.
cereal or ingots.
Ingots.
I mean,
Or
not like that.
mined asteroids, you know? Like,
Yeah, and shipping cargo to Mars. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Kaylin, I say we call it a day. So
Sounds good.
cue the music. That's right. You've been listening to Robert and Kaylin Get Rich. Robert and Kaylin evaluate the pictures in IPO presentations. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Send us a message. Send us an email, robertandkaylingetrich@gmail.com. Whatever you do, however, do not
take this for financial or investment advice.
That's all right. Anything else we should tell the people? No, in
case you thought that.
We are here to tell the SEC that, like, come on, like, do better, SEC. Like,
right.
Whatever.
Yeah, so. And the banks. What the fuck are you guys about? Stupid. And S&P 500 changing the rules.
Yeah, something tells me in 10 years it's not going to look the same. This SpaceX.
I agree. We should mark in our calendars. Come back to this same conversation. Rewatch this in 2nd of June 2036.
Yes.
We'll see if we were right.
You don't even need our investment advice. You're investing in this whether you want to or not. So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's true.
You know, it
You're ready to be a SpaceX investor.
Yes, exactly. People of the world. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Kayla, I suggest we say goodbye.